Yo, I just wanted to quickly hop on and give you guys a really quick studio tour and update. One small thing like lights makes a crazy difference. Yo, check it. So I just want to give you a quick update to the garage studio. So garage door behind me, you would typically enter from there. One of the things that you'll notice is that I got a wall over here. I'm going to make a modification to this where it's going to hinge so that I can actually close this up against the wall and then open it up again. I'm going to put another one on this wall using these additional sound panels. So we're going to have two walls to basically separate any sound that's going to be coming from the back. You see these pictures in the back as traditionally before. I'm going to be doing the same thing on here. I have a little red suitcase right over there filled with old t-shirts that I'm going to turn into sound dampening stuff. As you can listen, it's probably sounding really good right now. One thing that you also notice is got a couple of chairs for us to kind of sit down on. Now, these chairs, their height is actually just a little too low for the height of this table, and the table is not adjustable. So what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to disassemble this box, basically 2 layers of wood, to bring not the table, but the chairs up just enough so it's perfectly level, where like right now, the way it is, it would be the same height if we were standing. I still got to put up all of the base traps and foam panels. And the other thing I'm going to also do is, so this, you see, this is the storage wall. What I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to make a little wall over here, just like how we have this wall, but there's a sound panels. It's going to be a non-sound panel wall right over here. Again, it's going to probably come out to like this, and then it's going to hinge and it closes up against here as well, if and when I need it to, but the standard spot is going to be all the way up to here, and it's going to be a massive whiteboard. So right now I got this little thing, but I'm going to have to probably throw it out. It's got all the dents and dings and everything. As before, my basic Lumix cameras, and have the C-clamp here, so if I ever want to get a overhead shot, or if I want to just mount the mics off screen, I'd be able to do that too. Oh, I forgot to mention. So let me turn this off. This is just the main key light. Bam! Right, so check this. So I can control the lighting. and they're all like multicolored LEDs, kind of the same way I've got it at home, but I can change up the colors whichever color I want to do. Turn it to yellow, red, pink, green. But personally, I like the pink, at least for this side. And let me do a little bit of red, bam, on that side. So kind of like a red, pink, maybe a little bit of blue. Maybe I'll make this one blue or purple-ish. Oh, well, thing is, if I have the remote too close to 2 lights, it ends up changing both of them. Now all the lights are pink. I gotta figure this thing out sooner or later. But bam, that one's red. But yeah, I'm looking like it's looking crazy right now, right? On the lights, just I don't know. But if you're here in person, you would be able to see. You'll see exactly what it looks like. I just got the main light turned on. I can just bump up the boom, 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 boom. As you can see, I have the dimmer, and I can bump. So yeah, that's where we're at in terms of the garage studio. Actually, just made a lot of progress today. Look forward to some live, or not live, but you know, the studio-based setup. So a good way to close out the tour would be to showcase the post-production side. And a trusty squeaky chair. Obviously, this is also a little bit of a work in progress as well. But essentially got 2 workstations here. Workstation number 1, workstation number 2, to do any of the editing and post-production. In fact, as you can see on both machines, we've got projects rendering out. The thing that I appreciate most about the whole setup is the lighting. Basically got a bunch of these LED strips over here, lining up all the way, around the back to kind of give that ambiance. I'm thinking to add maybe some more LEDs at the bottom, underneath the desks to kind of give it a full setup. But and if you're wondering why these two monitors are off, that is not by choice. I need to reboot this machine, but this machine is still rendering. So once the final render is done, then I'll reboot them. Hopefully the monitors will reactivate. Maybe then, I hope they're not burnt out, because I tried hooking it up to my camera, but apparently they're not 4K monitors, so they don't read the signal that's coming into it. So yeah. But anyway, one thing though, I gotta say that has helped in terms of setting up the place is applying some KonMari principles, aka Marie Kondo, meaning only keep the things that bring you joy, whether it be books or items. But essentially, got some film books right here. I got some photography and cinematography books up here. I got my marketing and analytics type of books up there, and some fitness stuff over there. And oh yeah, and obviously we've got the calendar and a little gift from the missus right over here. Now, just to kind of give you an idea of what this place looks like when the lights are on, not so pretty, very yellowish lighting. Who likes overhead light? And when we bring the lighting back down, boom, it gives it a nice workable ambiance. So yeah, this is it. This is where I'm at right now. It's functional with a little bit of style, and so hopefully I can get it to be more than like this chair. One of the things though that's been a little challenging from the get-go is that because this thing was not, this was just a nook. This thing wasn't here, but I needed the space. For the big monitors, they didn't really fit well underneath the shelves. So basically took the old desk, put the shelving over here to make this workstation workable. But then what's happened is that it's thrown the centering of my seating arrangement off. And so when I sit, I have this thing, and unfortunately I can't move that out of the way unless I were to cut into it. And since this place is an apartment that I rent, I don't want to kind of run into that situation. But so I got to figure a solution out for this. I might maybe move part of this into the studio garage, maybe not, I don't know. We'll see what happens in the summertime. So, but I also wanted to showcase how these LED lights are being powered. These lights are powered by USB, and that's the USB hub that's powering all the various LEDs. It's not really pretty when you get close to it because some of these wires get kind of caught up. I need to fix that again. But got my one power strip and all of the outlets are taken. I got a bunch of my hard drives down here in the back, hidden out of sight. And obviously, yeah, that's part of the desk. Oh, by the way, there was a slide out keyboard which I had to take out. So this will probably go into storage in the garage. Got some power strips hanging out over here, and this power strip down here. You probably can't see it. So yeah, that power strip down there is kind of gone off its hooks. But yeah, this is where we're at. Basic studio tour, where we're at right now, mid-April 2020, in quarantine. If you've got a studio, do share. Let me know what you're working with and how you're spending your time in quarantine like the rest of us.